over how you get the data on source of hire and how we can match up those specific candidates with a particular media. Right now, they look, say one job board they're using, it's showing that they made 10 hires. But when we look at the data, those 10 hires were all dietary aides. And they're spending $10,000 a month on this, hoping that they were going to recruit occupational therapy assistants instead. That would be a media selection that we would ultimately remove or reconfigure somehow. Are we able to get that kind of data from your dashboard?
What we should absolutely, we envision that you should be able to get this information from the dashboard, yes. And we envision that the filter should be able to be utilized against the categories of hiring that are associated to virtual edge. So to your question, how do we get that information? Essentially, what we're doing is we are receiving access from Genesis to could be any number of different ways to access the information from virtual edge. So they may provide us a login and password of a admin or user report level user account in virtual edge, which we will then use to actually run the reports and then funnel that information back into the engine for processing. What secondarily we may be able to do, depending on virtual edge and the ATS, is we can also oftentimes receive access to the data via like a reports API, which is just, and you're aware of APIs because you probably use them all the time with job boards and ATS systems, but it basically allows the ATS and Jibe analytics to talk to each other and to share information seamlessly and in real time. Mm-hmm. And if we have an API, we can just call the API for the numbers and the data that we need, bring that back into the engine and show it on the dashboard. So this would be all, it would take a step of review in that because what we need to do is we need to sit down with, if this is interesting at a very top level, as a second phase, what we would do with Genesis is we would sit down with them and get an understanding, possibly do a screen share or be on site chair side with the person who runs the reports for them and understand what information they are able to glean out of virtual edge right now.
Yeah, we can show you that, and then we can show you what Job Target provides us too and how we use that data.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then, what we also can consider is part of the reason why companies are choosing to engage the entire Jibe recruiting intelligence process is that when we handle the apply, we understand intrinsically what type of job that apply is for. So we know when somebody hits on a mobile phone for a PT job or an OT job that they're applying to a PT job or an OT job, and we know how far they get along in the process through to the completion of the application. And we are, with our apply layer, able to maintain all of the tracking